So hi everyone, Craig Hanson here and welcome to my videos. Guys, we're going to be looking here at the modern day release pattern. These guys are consistently propelling the ball down the line. We're going to be looking at evidence-based material as there really is a lot of poor information out there. These guys have 12 to 15 degrees of shaft length at impact with their irons. That's a fact. Compression, got some lag, they've got some angle, and consistently hitting it down the line. They're not hitting it left. And we're going to get in there and have a look at how to copy, mimic, improve, and get our release patterns similar to some of these fantastic players. Now look at Adam Scott here. A lot of people would think that's flipped. That's the type of thoughts that people have here, but I'm going to show you that it's actually, obviously he's not flipping it. Incredible ball striker, this guy, and some of the other videos coming up, I'll show you here what they're actually doing. Now obviously they're leading in with big angles. They're leading the grip end in nice and deep with big angles in their wrists, and the lead wrist flat. The right angle has some angle in it, and if you can create this in your backswing and just hang on to it, but you have to be able to match this motion up on the other side. Right, it's an advanced throwing motion. It does have a little bit to do with your talent levels, and that's why we get in there and have a look at the best players in the world and what are they doing. And it's important to understand what they're doing. If you start yourself in this position here and work your way back, you'll get a feel. I'll show you more of that in the video later in the video coming up. We'll see this Jason Day. If you ever get a chance to watch this guy hit golf balls, if you're at one of the tournaments on the range or something, it's absolutely staggering, the speed and how well he hits it. Have a look at the arms, how close they are together. Similar hand and wrist motions through the ball here. And guys, if you can get your hands to move in the correct fashion, you're going to hit some incredible shots. As I said, we know, here's McIlroy. We know there's a lot of shaft length at impact. Okay, so we know that there's around 12 to 15 degrees average. McIlroy's got we've got 72, 18 degrees of shaft length there. There's 90. So with this type of motion, it's not being flipped, and there's compression in it.
World-class golf instruction has over 700 detailed videos for every golfer. Practice programs and evidence-based material is applied in helping you to become your own coach and play your best golf. Join us in the chat room and join the community of world-class golf instruction.
But when we check him out from this other angle here, just check this out here. You'll see him coming down, and this is the angle that we're already sort of pre-setting in the backswing. We can see the angle held. We can see the creases on the skin here. And there's certain numbers. I'm not going to get too technical, but you can actually get your hands and wrists into certain angles and numbers that the top players have. Leading in with this grip, we can see that that angle's held. And this is, you're getting your top speed, your power at the golf ball here. But obviously you've got to be able to let that go and match it up, because that's in the last split second that we're looking at here. And what he'll do then is through the ball, this is where people think it's flipped, that wrist is already an extension. Right, so it doesn't stay flat as what people think. It fools people, this motion. It is actually the lead wrist. We know through biomechanics it moves further and further into extension and through the shot. It's just when we move it correctly, it appears that there's a massive amount of rotation. I'm sure there's some rotation, but when we have a look at Gary Player, one of the best ball strikers of all time, one of the best players ever, and we can see that wrist, obviously. Look at into here, we can see it also into here. The proof's in the pudding, it's a fact. Right, it's not an opinion. And big angle held and really leading in with that grip, and to be able to snap that back just in the last split second, you've got to be able to match it up. And if you can't do it, like really so many of the people out there, we're seeing just countless club golfers really not being able to create this move, and all really looking very, very similar through the golf ball all over the world with no lag, and so you've got to be able to create this position first, create the correct movement on this side, and then you can apply more and more lag coming down through the shot. It's just absolutely unbelievable how these club golfers are all swinging the same, and you guys are out there trying everything, but you're not working on the correct things. Now, just by getting simply, looking at Luke Donald here, big angle coming down, so many professionals, the tour pros, talk about how good this guy hits his irons, and really rated as one of the best iron players in the last 20 years. But we can see that through the ball, if you just pop a T in the end of your grip, right, and just get that end of the grip to point downwards, and this is the thing that the guys out there, they really can't do. They're just getting through the ball, and the end of the grip is pointing up. Now if you can get the end of the grip to point down, you'll get some rotation in your fingers and your hands, and that lead wrist will move into extension, and then you can bring this angle in deeper and deeper, and all of a sudden we've got compression and some snap and some speed and some distance. All right, it's a very, very important area. Certain players out there will do it differently. It's definitely not flipped, and that's the area that we're looking at when we're looking at great ball strikers. We'll be measuring things on world-class golf instruction. We take you through a complete series on lag and compression, release patterns, the different styles and swings and components. Guys, you've got to get yourselves working in, looking at the amount of lateral movement that you need, and you're getting certain angles in. But shaft lean is definitely important. This is how we can consistently flight the shot. We see Tiger Woods there, obviously, with massive amounts of shaft lean and compression lines and things like that. We look at all sorts of different angles on world-class golf instruction, but really by getting your hands on top information and applying it effectively, you're going to get you able to reach your potential. And once we see Louis Oosthuizen, also see this grip pointing down and back through that hand there, you can see that left wrist has really moved back into extension. So by starting from this position here, mimicking the move, working your way back and applying swings and getting the pressure and getting the sound of the club to swoosh out in front of you, that's going to give you that late snap and underneath style of release, and keep it very, very passive. Guys, don't forget to subscribe if you like the video, that helps me out, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.